I think Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa has a chance to actually win the elective conference. Until the branch nominations, I believed that Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma's team had this campaign. They started campaigning much earlier, but the branch nominations have shown something that I didn't really quite expect. The fact that Ramaphosa had 5 provinces overwhelmingly nominating him, but the big surprise for me was what happened in KwaZulu-Natal. Ramaphosa had 191 branch nominations, and you know, we all know that KwaZulu-Natal has been the backbone of Dlamini-Zuma's campaign, but for Ramaphosa to make such serious inroads, that speaks volume.
Look, the outcome this weekend is going to be very difficult. But from what we're seeing, I mean, we have heard that Cyril Ramaphosa is leading and more provinces have nominated him, but that still means nothing. I mean, here we've got an NEC of the ANC that's largely pro-Jacob Zuma. We've got the PECs that are also going to vote, and they can never vote because of maybe if the court challenge stops them, like maybe in the case of the Free State. But if you ask me, and then what the outcome is going to be between the two candidates, it's a tight one. It's a tight one, but you know, much as South Africans would love to see Cyril Ramaphosa taking this one, I think the stakes are really in favor of Nkosazana.
Now, Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma's campaign started a long time ago, way before Cyril Ramaphosa even declared himself to be willing and able to succeed President Jacob Zuma. She's got a very strong grassroots campaign. She's very strong in KwaZulu-Natal, strong in the Free State, strong in Northwest, strong in Mpumalanga. Of course, in Mpumalanga and KZN, those are the game changers. It's going to take us a while to understand and see whether KZN votes en bloc for her. It will be interesting to see how much of Mpumalanga's branches support her. Let's look at Cyril Ramaphosa. He declared very late, but he's ending very strong. His campaign is closing out very strongly. Most branches supported him. That certainly is an indication of where the power lies and how the wind blows at the moment. If you're going to ask me if I have to put my neck and my head on a chopping block, I think Cyril Ramaphosa is going in much stronger than NDZ at the moment, but it's too close to call. Maybe NDZ just pips it at the post at the end.
If I had to put money on it, I would say that Dr. Dlamini-Zuma is more likely to win. And the logical reason for that is that the current president of the ANC cannot afford to accept an uncertain outcome at the conference, which might get him into very big trouble before the end of his presidential term.
Obviously, it will be very tight. Everyone knows it's been a very tough and hard-fought race by all 7 candidates, but particularly by the 2 main candidates. And if you just simply had to look at it on the basis of the branch nominations, you'd say that Ramaphosa is definitely in the lead, but Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma has got some of the bigger provinces and the provinces that would be sending branch delegates with bigger numbers, so she would have a kind of edge there as well. So I think it will really go down to the wire. But if I had to put down a bet of a 18-year-old Glenn Fiddich, I would say Ramaphosa will take it by a very small margin.
It's too close to call, unfortunately. I'm a bit on the fence. I think the final tally will be 100 or 200 votes different. If you go by logic and rationality and fact and what's out there, Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa does seem to be in the lead and should take it. But anything is possible. There's a lot of things going on at the moment, a lot of votes still up in the air. But if you force me to give you a name at this stage, I think it will be CR17.
So I'm not going to be making any predictions about who might win this weekend. The reason for it is that I think the race is literally neck and neck right now. It was much easier at Polokwane. That was the race between then President Thabo Mbeki and the ascendant Jacob Zuma. Much easier to call that time. This time, much tighter. I thought until yesterday that Cyril Ramaphosa has a lead. I think now it really is neck and neck.